Hey everybody, what's going on? We got some Guns N' Roses news today, so we're just catching up on this past week's news. There's been a lot of stuff that's been going up on my channel. As you guys know, it was Angus Young's birthday last week, so we had the Guns N' Roses social media pages wishing him a happy birthday. Then we also had Slash wishing him a happy birthday as well. And then with the Troubadour 1 year anniversary happening this past weekend, we had the Guns N' Roses social media pages posting it, some references to it. So they posted a photo saying where it all began. And it's hard to believe that this happened a year ago. So I did a retrospective of the Troubadour show on my channel earlier this week. You guys can go check it out. And yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what happens with the video footage of this show, whether it's going to get released or whether it'll just stay in the vault. Or maybe it's part of something bigger like a documentary. We also had Slash tweeting about it. He said, "I want to say thanks to all the fans who made the GNR reunion such a big event. It's been a fucking blast and there's more to come." And there's two things that's interesting because I don't think Guns N' Roses themselves have ever called this a reunion. I think even when they put the press release out, when they first announced that Slash and Duff were rejoining the band, I don't think it ever got billed as a reunion. I think just the press has been calling it a reunion, or as I call it, a partial reunion. And Slash also said there's more to come, so I kind of wonder if he's just saying, oh, there's going to be more tour dates, or they're actually working on some stuff other than actual tour dates. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, guys. We also have a new Richard Fortus interview. So he was being interviewed by Honky Tonk, which I guess is a YouTube channel, and he was talking about how he joined Guns N' Roses, and he talked about what the feeling is like in the band right now. So he said, "I've been in this band 14, 15 years or so, and it's now, when we were preparing for this tour, we knew how important this was going to be. As far as historically, this was a big deal, and we had to make it as perfect as we possibly could. And we really put a lot of time into rehearsing, more than we'd ever done before for this tour, because we knew how important it was. So there's an air of importance. We knew it had to be great. We knew the world was watching, and it's been amazing. It's been so great. It's been really fantastic. It's beyond my wildest dreams. I never thought it would be as crazy as it's been as far as the reception from the fans, and it's such an honor to be part of this." He also praised Axl Rose, saying he's very loyal and very generous, explaining that the reclusive singer likes to have people who have his back. And according to Fortus, he also said the feeling in the Guns N' Roses camp is more positive than it's been in a number of years. And he said within the band it's great. And he said it's better than ever since everybody in the band really gets along. And he also talked about how some of his best friends have been in the band, whether they're present members or past members, including Tommy Stinson, Busy Reed, and Robin Fink. He said these guys are really close friends of mine, but now the vibe is better than ever. Everybody gets along great. So we also talked a bit about how he auditioned for the band. He was touring with another band, and he had a couple days off. He flew to LA, and he rehearsed with the band. He actually hung out with Axl, came down to the rehearsal, and they listened to music and talked. And he went immediately back on the plane. He had to go back on tour, and he said he was sitting at the airport, and some guy came up to him and asked him, like, "Are you Izzy Stradlin by any chance?" And he said nobody before that point had ever asked him that question. He said it was just so surreal. So it's a really cool interview. Richard seems like a really cool guy. I've linked to it down below. He talks about a lot of other stuff too, like working with video game companies, making soundtracks for video games. Talked about working with big movie studios and that kind of stuff, and the difference between different projects he's worked on. So if you guys want to check that out, I've linked to it down below. Let's go on to our next news story. We also had some AC/DC April Fool's Day jokes coming up. So there was actually a rumor on it was April 1st, which came. I think it was March 31st. It may have been originally reported, but John Stevens was supposedly announced as the new AC/DC vocalist following the departure of Axl Rose. So this is according to ToneDeaf.com, which I guess is an Australian website. They said that Noiseworks vocalist John Stevens has been announced as the new vocalist for AC/DC. The hot, chilly woman vocalist is taking over Axl Rose's role after the frontman was unable to commit to future touring commitments due to the success of his recent Guns N' Roses run. And then, of course, it says no Australian tour dates have been announced for AC/DC's supposedly upcoming tour, but, I don't think you need to read much into it to realize that, of course, it's a joke, and we haven't really heard any new info about AC/DC. So let's go on to our final news story, which actually concerns AC/DC. So Classic Rock Magazine is actually going to be doing a cover story about Brian Johnson. Now, when I first saw the cover story, I thought, oh, they're actually interviewing him, but actually they're not. So according to the actual description of Brian Johnson, it's basically going to talk about Brian Johnson's career from his life as a skint car roofer to stepping up into the huge shoes of Bon Scott and conquering the world. Then they say then fate intervened and he was ousted from AC/DC. So what happens next? So, I think it's just them speculating and seeing what's going to actually happen. I don't think they actually interviewed him. So that basically does it for today's Guns N' Roses and AC/DC news, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the contents of the video, and be sure to share the video as well. And be sure to hit the subscribe button if you guys want to stay up to date on all things related to Guns N' Roses. And be sure to follow me on social media. The links to my Facebook and Twitter pages are down below. So thanks for watching, guys, and have yourself a good day. And as Ringo would say, peace and love, peace and love.